6 years? That's how long it's been since my mom threw me under the bus to protect my sister. Ruined my name, made me out to be a thief and a drunk. Now they need my money. They reached out, expecting me to just hand it over. They got another thing coming. I told them, your apology needs to be as loud as your disrespect. They didn't like that much. The setup and the fallout. When I say family, I mean my mom and my younger sister. I'm 28 now, my sister's 24. She was always the spoiled one, got away with everything. Dad was a disciplinarian, but Mom? She couldn't say boo to my sister. Not that Mom treated me bad, but there was a clear favorite. Then Dad died. Aneurysm. Sudden. Knocked us all on our ass. For a while, it brought us together. That's why Mom's move later was such a gut punch. My sister, 16 when Dad died, it shook her. Started acting out. Staying out late, drinking, smoking. Pretty sure she was into drugs too, though she never admitted it. Hooked up with the wrong crowd. Mom finally stepped up. Cut her pocket money, threatened to ground her. Nothing. My sister was beyond that petty stuff. It wasn't until Mom threatened to call the cops on her and her friends, pot wasn't decriminalized back then, that she got scared. My sister hated it, but she eventually quit, even stopped hanging with those friends. Mom forced her back with her old crowd, trying to get her on track. Last time I saw them in person was 6 years ago. Home for a couple of days. My old high school was doing a bake sale, fundraiser for some charity. Mom roped my sister into the planning committee. Mom and I baked cookies, set up a stall, trying to support my sister. Thought I was doing good. Had no idea what was coming. After the event, I left to meet friends for a movie. Just Mom and my sister stayed behind. Came home, everything seemed normal. Next day, back to college. That's when I noticed it, people from high school unfollowing me on Instagram. Guys I was friends with. No idea why. Asked one of them. After everything you did, you should be glad people haven't blocked you yet. Didn't make sense. I'd done nothing. Asked what they were talking about. Silence. Tried a couple of other friends. They were out of the loop, thankfully. Finally, a month after the bake sale, I called Mom. Told her what was happening. She finally spilled it. My sister on the committee stayed to count the money. And when no one was looking, she swiped almost $2,000. Big chunk of change. People noticed. Kept recounting. Knew someone stole it. Everyone suspected my sister, but no one said anything. Mom figured it out, decided to save her golden child. Threw me under the bus instead. Cooked up a story on the spot. I took the money. Said I'd become irresponsible with money because of a drinking problem. And since she'd cut me off, I'd stolen it and bolted. Claimed she sacrificed me to save my sister's bright future. Said I was already at college, only came home once a month, so it didn't matter what people thought of me. But my sister still lived there, and if they found out she stole charity money, they'd never let her live it down. Mom even coughed up $2,000 of her own money to make the discussion stop. Begged everyone to keep quiet about my drinking problem, saying I was dealing with it. And she didn't want people to know I was desperate enough to steal. People didn't keep quiet. One of the committee members, her sister was in my year. The story spread like wildfire. They didn't care about the drinking problem. Not really. What pissed them off was that goody two-shoes, me, who never smoked or drank in high school, would suddenly become a drunk and a thief in college. My mom's lie shattered my reputation. She didn't care. You don't live here, she said. But I did. People I knew thought I was a thief. Alcoholic, I could deal with. Thief? No. I told her she needed to tell the truth. She refused. Said I couldn't tell anyone either. It would ruin my sister's reputation, undo all the work she'd done to get her back to normal. Apparently, my sister stole the money to go out with friends since Mom had cut off her allowance. Mom told my sister that was the last time she was bailing her out, threatened to turn her in if she stepped out of line again. Guess getting caught was a reality check for my sister. Or maybe not. Haven't seen them since. Mom and I had a massive argument. I didn't like being thrown under the bus for nothing. She believed it didn't matter because the only consequences for me were some random high school friends unfollowing me on social media. My life was sorted because I was graduating from a great college. The least I could do was keep my mouth shut. It was infuriating. I hung up. Struggled with it for a long time. Thought about posting the truth on Facebook. Decided against it. But I also decided I wouldn't contact them again until I got an elaborate apology. Mom never even apologized on the phone. Just kept defending her decision. So, no apology, no contact. That's how 6 years passed. Graduated a couple months after that fight. Only my grandparents came. My dad's parents. I'm close to his side. Told them what happened. They cut ties with Mom and my sister. Eventually, my whole dad's side of the family stopped talking to them. My sister never reached out to anyone. 6 years, no contact. Didn't know what they were up to, didn't care. They made it clear they didn't care about me. The help me call and the condition. About 6 days ago, they finally reached out. Email. Didn't have my address or phone number. They found me through my old email. And of course, they needed my help. Starting a new business. Mom was a real estate agent, sister followed her. Now they want their own real estate business. Need funding. Heard I was doing really well. They heard right. Youngest department head in my company, run the entire marketing department. I make good money. I could easily fund them. But after 6 years, this wasn't enough. I called them. Used the number in the email. Laid out my conditions. Mom sounded excited to hear from me, which was surprising after 6 years of silence. Didn't matter. I was direct. I'll be interested in your proposal if your apology is as loud as your disrespect. Their email had only said they regretted whatever had happened. Regret means nothing. I told them, public apology. Acknowledge the lie Mom told 6 years ago to protect my sister. Only then would I even consider investing. I'm ready to sign any contract, any paperwork. This is my condition. I worked hard for my money. I wasn't giving them free handouts. They were cold-blooded and selfish. I saw no reason to be a fool. I thought I was being fair. Mom and Alex lost their minds. Said I was selfish. Said I should let bygones be bygones. Claim they still live in the same city, see people from high school, so if the truth came out now, it would be worse. Everyone would know they lied. Their lives would be ruined. Mom still argues it doesn't matter to me since I don't live there. I told them that's not my problem. It's about principle. They lied about me. I lived with it for 6 years. Truth needs to come out. And for 6 years, no apology. Now they expect money from me? I can't ask for financial compensation, so I ask for emotional. A fair trade. I don't see what's selfish or unreasonable about it. Do I think their reaction to my condition is justified? And am I the asshole for telling my mom and my sister I'll only invest if they tell everyone the truth about them being thieves? No more bargaining. Thanks for the support, everyone. It means a lot. I was a bit of a mess in my original post, but I'm getting clear now. I'm not playing their game anymore. No more indulging them. No more trying to make them do what I want. You guys are right. I don't need to strike a deal. And it's time to let bygones be bygones in a different way. It doesn't matter what those high school kids think anymore. I'm doing well. Better than a lot of the people who believed those lies. I don't need to prove I'm not a thief. I know who I am, and that's enough. I think I was just trying to bargain, trying to hurt them, to humiliate them. For 6 years, it didn't matter what people from high school thought, but it always stung that my mom and sister never bothered to apologize. I was trying to get some closure. But after reading the comments, I see it's not worth it. Their behavior now still makes it clear they don't care about what I think or feel. Only their own feelings. That's why no apology even now. I guess I held out hope they'd come to their senses. I was wrong. A little disappointed, a little hurt. That's fine. I've dealt with it for 6 years, I can deal with it longer. So I sent them an email. Told them I'm not investing, not getting involved in any capacity. Wished them the best. And told them to stay away from me. Closure and a new path. I did it. It's been 10 days since my mom reached out, and last night, I finally sent that email. After all the back and forth about my condition, about fairness, I still waited. Against all logic, I was hoping they'd reach out again, apologize in person, even if they wouldn't go public. Waited 3 days. Then realized I was just setting myself up for another failure. Got it over with. It was tough to type that email. Knew it was probably the last voluntary interaction I'd have with them. The next time they tried to talk, I wouldn't entertain it. But sending it? A wave of relief. Finally, some closure after 6 years. After I sent it, I called my grandparents. Hadn't shared any of this with them yet. Told them everything, the condition I set, and how I ultimately decided to walk away. They were proud of me. Said I was the bigger person for letting it go. Told me that even if I'd invested, even if they'd apologized on social media, it wouldn't have fixed anything. It would have just led to more bitterness. The only thing that can truly fix our family is a real apology from Mom and Alex. One that doesn't need an incentive, one that comes from the heart. Until then, nothing's getting fixed. Corny as it sounds, they're right. I'm good with my decision. Glad I came here for advice. A lot of you said I should have posted the truth on social media 6 years ago. Said I was stupid for being a doormat. But honestly, I didn't want to screw up my sister's future. No matter what, they're still my family. Just because they were bad to me doesn't mean I have to be the same. I've always been a good guy. Don't think anything can change that. Going to stay out of it now. Mind my own business. An unexpected bridge. So, a couple of days ago, my mom finally replied to that email. Said she and my sister really wanted to meet. A lot to talk about. Said the only reason they hadn't come to me earlier was because no one in the family would give them my address or phone number. They feel this needs to be sorted in person. In this email, my mother finally apologized. Said 6 years ago, she wasn't thinking about me. Even now, she realizes she hasn't been thinking about my feelings. She admitted she'd been a terrible mother, not just to me, but to my sister too. Said if she just disciplined Alex when she should have, none of this would have happened. Said she always treated me unfairly because I was the older one, expected me to be more understanding, to shoulder the weight. Never really let me be myself. Said she wanted to reach out many times over the years, but was scared. Scared I'd want nothing to do with the family anymore. She admitted it's a feeble excuse. It was a raw email. It felt genuine. So I gave her my address. They can come over. We'll try to sort things out. I don't know if it's the right thing to do, but my gut says to give it a chance. After Dad, Mom is the only surviving parent. And it's an irrational fear, but if something happened to her, I don't think I could live with not trying to make things right when I had the chance. Dad was taken suddenly, a random Tuesday, while I was still asleep in my dorm. I still think about that. So if I have a chance to fix things with my family, I'm going to try. Reconciliation and a path forward. A lot of people were skeptical about inviting them over. I explained why. And now that I've met them, I don't regret it. A couple of hours ago, Mom and my sister came over. It was awkward at first, for a few minutes. Then Mom just said, "Who are we kidding?" and hugged me. I could feel her sobbing, kept apologizing. My sister just sat on the couch, crying silently. Everyone crying. I couldn't hold back. They both said they were truly sorry for how they treated me these past 6 years. Said no apology could make up for it, and that me even inviting them over was a huge deal. My sister thanked me for taking the fall for her, for never exposing the truth, even though I could have easily. And it would have been more believable, she said. But I chose to protect her, even when they were both horrible to me. They said they want a fresh start. And to show they were serious, they said they didn't even want any investment from me. They'd manage on their own. Didn't want me to think I was just a source of money. They just wanted to share their new business news, and had hoped for investment earlier, but they realized they'd been selfish. They were the ones who only thought about themselves, not the other way around. Not sure what led to this awakening, but I'm glad we had this conversation. Long way to go, but it's a start. We're going to try and keep in touch, mend these broken relationships. I've talked to my grandparents about it, and they think it's a good decision too. Glad I did this. People make mistakes, but the ones who forgive when the time comes, they make a difference. Hoping for the best now. Let's see where this goes.